children born on American soil to foreign nationals did not and do not qualify for U.S. citizenship under the 14th Amendment. So when Trump wrote in his recent post that, quote, the 14th Amendment right of American citizenship never had anything to do with modern day gate crashers, illegal immigrants who break the law by being in our country. It had everything to do with giving citizenship to former slaves, close quote. Well, he is utterly and completely supported by the relevant historical record. Finally, we've arrived at the third argument raised in that post, the reference to the 1898 Supreme Court decision of U.S. v. Wong Kim Ark, which ruled that a child born on American soil to Chinese foreign nationals was an American citizen under the 14th Amendment Citizenship Clause. First, let's be really clear here. The U.S. Supreme Court has been known to be mistaken in its legal conclusions. In fact, the same panel of Supreme Court justices who gave us Wong Kim Ark only 2 years prior gave us Plessy v. Ferguson, the infamous case which made white-only water fountains, white-only seating on buses, separate schools for black and white students, all that legal. That horrific decision by the exact same court that gave us Wong Kim Ark was not reversed by the Supreme Court until 1954. But reversed it was because it was deemed bad law.
Talk about this for a very long time, and I'll probably make a more detailed video in the future, but I would be lying. I think a lot of us Latinos would be lying if we said that there wasn't anti-blackness in our communities, because there is.
He said it for himself, that there is anti-blackness in Latino culture and in the Latino community. And he's Latino. So if he could admit it, why are we seeing these trolls in the comments still trying to deny it? It makes no sense. You might as well just be honest. Like I said before, at least you could respect a KKK member. Because if you ask him, hey man, how you feel about black people? He's going to say, I hate N-words. You ask Hector the same thing. Oh no, that's our people, bro. You know, we all black. You know, we both come from slavery. We both was colonized. He's going to give you that rhetoric. Right? He's going to give you that verbiage, which is garbage. Because he's not living up to it. You say you have the same struggles as black people. So why you're not united? Why are you fighting against black people? Obviously, you don't see black people as your people.
There is this deeply rooted anti-blackness that I think has gotten better in recent years, but it certainly exists. And as someone whose brother-in-law is black, whose nephews are Mexican-American black, I can't tell you how angry and frustrated I am, and honestly just disappointed by the atrocities that I keep seeing today.
So let me get right into it, because the white man said it best, right? It's time for them to go, right? It's time for them to go. I don't give a shit about he talking about his sister married black. I don't give a damn about that. With your sister, who your sister married. Generally, you don't get, and somebody needs to tell them the truth to their face, right? Like my man said in the clip. Let's cut the bullshit, right? Generally, these people are just another flavor of anti-black racism. You see? If you ask the KKK member, what do you think about these Negroes? You know, they'll tell you straight up. I don't give a damn about these, you know, these ninjas. Get these ninjas out of here. If you ask, like you said, if you ask, you know, Hector, right? Rodrigo or somebody, oh, no, everything cool. And then put a knife in your back, right? And so it's just another flavor of racism. And so we got to cut the bullshit, stop playing all the games, right? And just tell the truth. And bottom line is this: black people, descendants of slaves in America, don't get shit. It's a one-way street out of no immigrants. It don't matter whether you're from Africa, Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, Russia, Jamaica, right? Brazil, Cuba, Canada. I don't give a fuck where you from, what immigrant. Black people in America, you don't benefit out of getting nothing from them coming here. You get competition for jobs, a depression in wages, and racism when they come here, right? From wherever, and a bunch of bullshit, or a bunch of opposition. So you get more ops. You already got the KKK ops, right? Like the white, like you said. You already got the white people here that's opposition, opposed to you. Now you just got rainbow opposition. Oh, you needed more? Somehow you needed more opposition? So you don't get shit from these people coming here. And you should just tell them to their fucking face. So that you put them in their fucking place. And just let them know, listen, you come here by your own volition, but we don't get shit out of you coming here. You opposition when you come here. There ain't no kumbaya. Right? These ain't your comrades. In some cases, worse than the white man. The white man, at least he defending your rights of your ancestors. He said the 14th Amendment was for descendants of slaves. Black people, not African descendants of slaves. American descendants of slaves. Not Caribbean, American descendants of slaves. Busta Rhymes. Right? Not Mexicans and nobody else. The 14th Amendment was for American descendants of slavery and their children. Nobody else. So if the white man is defending your rights against these interlopers, right? Against these gate jumpers, gate crashers, right? You don't owe them shit. When they come here, all they bring is another kind of racism, a depression in wages, opposition. They throw firebombs in black people's houses in California. These are not your friends. Call you niggers, right? And then pretend like they're your ally or something. Instead of you just telling them straight to their face. Listen, buddy. Listen, amigo. Right? I don't get anything from you coming here, so I don't give a shit about you. All I get is opposition, racism, depression in wages, competition in jobs, right? And a bunch of drama and bullshit. Gentrification by another, instead of gentrification in, white English, is gentrification in Spanish, right? Brown Spanish, whatever they want to call themselves. So we don't get nothing. Tell them to their face and stop playing games. We don't get shit from y'all. I don't care where you from. Africans, Hispanics, Latino, whatever they want to call themselves, right? Caribbean, whoever they are. We don't get shit out of you being here. You ain't doing me no favor because you jumped the fucking border. Because you can't cross a border. What the fuck, you improve the quality of my life and then talk shit when you get here? I don't like these Negroes. Well, I don't like you. What are you talking about? And I got more reason not to like you being here. So you want to start shit? You want to talk shit? I got more reason not to like none of y'all being here. You really want to spark that shit up? You ain't doing me no favors. You being here is just more of a problem for people that already had problems for 400 fucking years. That's it. Right? So since you want to create problems, now you got one. You want to come here and create problems, now you really going to have a problem. Because you know what's going to happen? We're going to work to revoke the 14th Amendment because it wasn't for you border jumpers anyway. Right? You fleers. You people who flee your country. And I said it once, I'll say it again. If a person fled their country, right? They're not Martin Luther King. They're not Malcolm X. If they fled their country, then you're dealing with snitches, you're dealing with cowards, weak individuals, right? You're not dealing with Malcolm X, who had to fight in his own country for his rights or whatever, or Martin Luther King. You're dealing with some type of cowards and weak individuals who couldn't get the job done where they was at, So they fled and came across the borders and then start talking shit to you. And look down their nose at you and talk shit to you. Get out of my way, Negro. And you weak if you let them. Instead of telling them, listen, 14th Amendment, that shit is revoked, right? The 14th Amendment is over with. You and your kids gotta go. I don't give a fuck with it if they was born here. You ain't got no paper. You ain't got your paperwork ain't right. You're out. And your kids. Let's go. Pack them up with. Get Juan and you and Juan and Conchita and Little Marie over there. Y'all gotta hit the border. Good luck. Right? Because it's a one-way street. If you go and visit some country, you gotta have money for hotels and you spending money, right? You go fly over to their country. Your paperwork gotta be right. You gotta get them your money, and you paying top dollar when you travel. For the Negroes that don't travel, this shit ain't cheap. You paying top dollar to go to these places, these so-called third world countries. Right? So they ain't doing you no favors when you get there. And then when you finish, you gotta get the fuck out and go back where you came from. Right? So you're not getting like a favor from them. It's a one-way street. But when they come to your country, they want citizenship, free housing, social services, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? It's a one-way street. I mean, it ain't no hate. Like they talking about, oh, you racist. It ain't no racist. No, you're the fucking racist. It's a one-way street. That's just the truth. Whether you don't like it, tough. It's a one-way fucking street. And you ain't doing black people no favor when they get here. They riding on your back. All of them. Riding on your fucking back like a horse. And they'll turn around and call you a nigger. These are the people that you're dealing with. They owe you. You don't owe them shit. Get out. They're talking about black people not protesting for them. Get out and that shit over with. Get out and protest for your own rights. These laws, 14th Amendment, 64, Act of 64, was for descendants of slaves, not Mexicans, not Africans, fill in the blanks. Not Europeans from Ukraine. Get out and fight for your own laws. Since you don't respect the people that fought for the laws, right? That you're using to park your ass in this country when you hop the border. Since you don't respect those people and their grandparents, then pack your shit. It's time to go. Right? Fight for your own laws. Protest for yourself. Sir, madam. It ain't nothing personal. Just hold your own nuts. It's real simple. You're not doing nobody no favor. And I wish somebody would ask me. I tell you to your face. I don't owe you nothing. You ain't doing us no favor by you being here. Matter of fact, you're a fucking problem. And if they wanted you to revoke the 14th Amendment, get your ass out of here for violating these laws and abusing the 14th Amendment, more power to them. Because you got to respect the game. You understand what I'm saying? You got to make these hoes respect the game. The game is pimps and hoes, right? And the game is pimping. You got to make these hoes respect the game. You got to have a strong pimp hand. You got to put the smack down sometimes, right? That's just how it go. They think shit is sweet. You got to let them understand this shit wasn't sweet for 400 years of slavery and Jim Crow. It wasn't sweet, but all these immigrants think shit's sweet. You about to learn it's not. Let's go. Time to pack your shit. And another thing, once they revoke the 14th Amendment, that's when shit gonna really get hot. And they are gonna revoke it. Because instead of like 10 million, you're gonna have 20 million people that gotta get up out of here. You might have like 20 million people that gotta go. And the problem coming with that is they not gonna be too happy about that. And they really gonna be, you think they hot now, they go in places they look like they act like they got a problem. A lot of these people. You think they hot now, wait till they tell them and their kids gotta get the fuck up out of here. And if they get serious about getting them out of here, like they losing the 14th Amendment in the Supreme Court. When they lose that, you're looking at like 20, you might have like 25 million people that gotta go. And they are gonna go, right? If they decide that they're really going to go, they will go. Now the question is, are they really serious about getting 25 million people up out of here? Right? That's the question. Personally, I don't think they are. But if it was up to me, they would go. Just FYI, your ass would be out. All 25 million, y'all. How many? 30 million, whatever. Y'all asses would go. It would be a constant, program to ship you back where you came from until all of y'all was gone. Simple as that. Anchor babies, everybody, you're out. Because you have to make people respect the game, man. And then they'll treat you much better. You can't, you know what I realized? People don't respect you being nice to them. All they're going to do is just stab you in the back when you're nice to them. Right? And then you have to be careful of these people smiling in your face. Right? Acting like they're trying to be nice to you. Right? They act like, you say, oh, this person ain't cool. They ain't cool. They're just waiting for an opportunity to get you. That's all that is. They're trying to get their numbers up. And when they get their numbers up, and they get the juice, and the power, your ass is grass. Believe me. Believe me. You see? So, but wait till the 14th Amendment. If that 14th Amendment go to the Supreme Court and they lose, which they are, it's going to get real spicy in the United States. It's going to get real spicy in this bitch. And that's when you might see like some Civil War action. That's the type of shit you want to watch. You're talking about Civil War, shit like that. That's the type of shit you want to watch. If they revoke that 14th Amendment, it's going to get real, real spicy. So, anyway, that's all I got.